What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Justin Martin. I've been using the Vaxis 500 add-ons for about a couple months now, and I did a review on it on the Rick Culture channel, but I am moving back to making gear reviews on this channel, so stay tuned for that. Vaxis did reach out to me for a newer model, the SDI version of the Atom 500s, so let's check it out. Now, I have to say this, Vaxis is not paying me for this review, but they did send me these units for free, so I can test out, use on a few projects, and give my first-hand experience and thoughts, and give it to you all. So, just want to make that clear. Now, what's the difference? Obviously, the biggest difference is the SDI ports, but let's talk about some of the little differences and changes that they made from the original Atom 500s to the Atom 500 SDI versions. Now, most of you who watch my channel already understand that SDI is actually the better port over HDMI. HDMI is very convenient, but it's not very secure, especially on bigger sets with more people hands-on the camera. You want to make sure it's something that's more secure, more reliable, and that's where the SDI ports come in. So this is a very welcome change and design for Vaxis. I always liked the design of the Atom 500s, and they were good for the most part, but I just found HDMI personally has been just kind of on the fence when it comes to a wireless transmitter, because you don't want something to drop out or be yanked out by accident or not, not secure if you're on a paid shoot. The first thing I noticed with the SDI models is that it's a bit taller with a matte finish than the previous models. The ports have been moved around to accommodate for the SDI port, as you can see here. On the back, there is a more secure battery locking spring than the previous model. That was really annoying personally, but if I put enough tension on it, it'll pop out. Now, if you notice on the original Atom, they had two 1/4-20 screw holes for the adapter. On the newer version, they don't have that anymore, but Vaxis did tell me that there will be a 3M adhesive adapter to attach to the front to add a third 1/4-20 screw. Now, the fan has been removed, and I'm not sure why, but to be honest, there's still no overheating, which is good. It's not as loud as the HDMI model. I ran this SDI model for a couple of hours, 2 to 3 hours, without turning it off, with a standard NPF 750 battery, and that gave me about 3 to 4 hours anyway total, but didn't experience any lagginess or it just getting too hot. So I'm curious how they disperse the heat. It's quite interesting. So that being said, my most recent shoot, we were filming with the C200s, and obviously that has an SDI out. So we just made sure we just looped that, especially with the gimbal rig setup. We had a couple shots where I had to manually dolly in for a couple scenes, as well as being in the back of a car. So what I did, I rigged myself up a director's monitor of some sort. When we were handling the gimbal, we used the Zhiyun Crane 3S, and Zhiyun, I think it's called Zhiyun. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I had my SWIP monitor, 7-inch monitor, and I just grabbed a magic arm and attached the monitor to the receiver, and it was really simple for that, and I just handheld it that way. And for the C200, obviously we just clamped it, or I think at this point I used a NATO rail system and I just clamped it that way to the top. Now, I was a little concerned that this model was a bit taller, but I still had enough clearance for doing the undersling mode on the Crane 3. So I just put it on top of the camera with a NATO rail system. I could have rigged it elsewhere, probably on the arm, but I didn't want too much of the cables getting in the way either. So that's what we did, and that's what it worked. Now, I know I'm going to get this question in the comments. What is the latency like? I did a small test. I wouldn't say per se scientific, but I just wanted to see what is the latency. I wouldn't necessarily use it for focus pooling. You would want to move up to a 0 latency model like their 2000 Storm 2000 models. I did actually have that on set as well, but this would be best for personally for directors monitoring or things of that sort. But it has improved, so if you go for it, if you want to try it, by all means, nothing's stopping you. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this product so far. Like I said before, SDI is a very welcome change over HDMI personally for the connectivity, the more secure connectivity, and the use case for multiple cameras. So I can use this on the FS7 or C200 or anything that has an SDI out. I can use these with if I want to keep it pretty light and pretty simple. So keep that in mind if you're in the market for this. But if you have any more questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.